Hi, everybody.
Hey there, everyone. Steve Sievers for Bionic Buzz. We're doing another Zoom interview. My special co-host, DJ Rossstar. How's everyone doing today?
Good. How are you?
Great. Doing well.
Great. Awesome. We're excited to talk to you, all of you. Ross, why don't you kick us off for a question?
Well, hey, I met these guys a few weeks ago. Got to see them live. It was awesome. I wish this set was a little bit longer. I'm going to have to make my way out to wherever the next show is to play again. That's first of all. It was great. Second of all, what are you guys doing together today, the four of you, and why are you separate from the one of you?
Great question. Elodie, why?
In one group. I always just zoom in. I'm going to.
Are you just in a...
No, she's going out to Joshua Tree tonight to see, what band are you seeing?
MDU Mokhtar?
Oh, not you too?
So yeah, she's got to leave in a few minutes, but normally we would all be here on a Wednesday.
Wednesday is is the Dumes day, as we call it.
The Dumes day. I like that. Move over hump day. We got the Dumes day.
Exactly.
What time is this concert? You're like already going out at like 10 a.m.
Well, I gotta beat the traffic, man. I gotta beat.
That's California for you.
And not to go on California, that 10 freeway though, you got to get down.
Yeah.
Early. You
I definitely don't miss that at all.
Where?
Ross and I used to live in California, so
Gotcha. Yeah.
we understand your pain.
I did go see Longshot at Pappy and Harriet's we're out there in Palm Desert, and it did take like 4 hours one way to go like 2.5 hours. So you're making the right choice by leaving early for sure.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've never go to the venue.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's more breaking news. Yeah. How's Elodie never been to Pappy and Harriet's? That's just.
I don't know, man. It's never been.
Wow.
Well, it's relatively new. I think it's only been there a few years at most. So it's not no one's judging you for not having been there yet. Well, let's talk about you guys. What are you working on today? It looks like you have a studio atmosphere around you, so I feel like something exciting must be going on today.
Yeah, this is our home studio, the Market Recording. Pete and I run here, and it's kind of the Dumes headquarters as well. And today, specifically, we're not doing a hold on in the studio room. We're kind of in writing mode right now. So we did that little run of shows. We were in Nashville and we did Phoenix, and we're kind of on to a new group of songs that we're excited about. So chipping away at those.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask you, since you haven't been around too long, can you tell us about the very first show that you guys all played together?
Which one should be? Yeah.
Two shows ever. The first was at Hotel Cafe.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was weird. It was awesome though. It was fun. We opened up for the Babers for their album release.
I wasn't in the band. Yeah. My first show with the Dumes was at the Peppermint Lounge as a audience member.
That's cool too. How long was your first set list? How many songs did you even have at that time?
Probably like
Five or six.
5 or 6.
Yeah.
Short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can play more now, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, we only had to do 4 in Nashville, so that worked out.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like you don't have too many songs. If you play like a full hour set, do you have to do covers as well to fill up a whole hour-long show?
No, yeah,
we
exactly.
probably have an hour's worth right now. We have a ton of stuff that's not yet released that kind of continually gets reworked.
Yeah, we're a lucky enough band that we write pretty rapidly. So we have folders full of voice memos and things, and we're constantly kind of chipping away at the marble to pull songs out of them.
Yeah.
Do you like to test songs live before they're recorded, or is that a risk because then if it comes out later, it might sound like way different?
No, I think we love
it.
Yeah.
Ideally. Right? Yeah. And there's like, before even recording a demo, I feel like road testing a song and just like coming up with new parts live over like a few months.
I think it was the 4th song we played in Nashville was Eggshells, 3rd or 4th, but that was written 2-3 days. Yeah, exactly before we got to Nashville.
Wow.
So that was an example.
So
testing.
So if somebody's following your career, they might see you play a song and then it never comes out. So they might be lucky enough to get to see it live, and that's the only time they'll ever hear it.
that happens.
Yeah,
Definitely.
That
That's
definitely
happened.
happens.
Even in the short life of this band, that's happened quite a few
Yeah,
times.
exactly.
You'll occasionally get an angry DM about it. But
Yeah, that's true.
That is true.
Steve, over to you.
Yeah, I want to dive into some of your songs you have recorded already. I always like hearing the origin story or inspiration, either for the riffs, the lyrics, or how the song got put together. Let's start with your latest one, Post Traumatic.
Post-traumatic. Well, I'm a mess, man. I don't know. I think right before writing that song, I kind of just accepted me being a little angsty sometimes, and I just wanted to throw it out there in a song. My spinning head is a mess.
that was kind of cool too, because I feel like that was maybe the first after the initial EP where we kind of started going in a slightly different direction. And that was kind of like our kind of leaning into the more aggressive stuff. And yeah, that to me is kind of like the start of the sort of stuff we're doing now.
Oh yeah, it was a page turn from the first EP for sure.
Nice. What about
me,
Caught? I always like the lyrics in that one. We always get caught in the middle of some crazy scenario, you know?
Oh yeah.
What about Caught? You had that one for a while, Elodie. Caught? That kind of went. Yeah.
About getting by somebody that you never thought you'd get fucked over by. Trusted them much, and then like you did this? Whoa! Like I thought we were cool, but that's what it's about.
Today you're gonna get caught in traffic, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Sounds like it'd be worth it though. Yeah.
I'll throw on a couple.
You got any more, Steve, or should we go back to me? Every time we should switch, we should say back to you, back to you. I think that'd be
Yeah, I'll do one more because I like the OK song too a lot too. Like,
Yeah.
That's the one that that doesn't get played live a whole lot, and we get requested that one live. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But yeah. Go ahead.
Any inspiration for putting that song together, or something that sparked it, or?
We wrote it with Jenny Owen Young.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, and it was our first time ever meeting. And that day, I had like a serious conversation with a friend that morning, and they just like needed to listen to, and I just kind of wanted to write a song to make them feel better. Yeah.
Big that. Back to you, Ross.
Are you writing songs like on a? Are you writing songs on like a pad of paper, or are you doing it all on computer?
I usually just like
For
take
lyrics.
a music demos. Eventually I write it down, but I'm usually just listening back to voice memos to see if things were good or if they suck.
Elodie's also really good about coming up with, like, when we do like a group write, she'll write out lyrics like in real time with the melodies. So there's definitely a few pads of paper where it's like at the end of like a 45-minute session or something, like there are pretty full lyrics already on a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
Cool.
A lot of stuff scratched out.
That's cool. I was gonna ask.
Parts, scribbles.
I was gonna ask you about the podcast that you guys did. I thought that was actually really cool. I'm usually not a big fan of podcasting because I don't like the interview aspect when it's not live, but you did something totally different. If you want to talk about the podcast, and if you're going to do another podcast, when you make it the next EP.
I don't know if we've thought about that yet. That was kind of cool for people that didn't listen to it. We did song by song on our EP and invited a special guest that had something to do with that song. We had mastering engineer come through, and
it kind of served as like a little mini series companion on Spotify to the EP. And yeah, I think that was mainly like a pandemic thing where that was still when things were very not wide open yet.
Yeah.
So I think part of it was just looking for something to do and to like tell people who we were as a band. But yeah, organizing 5 people while you're trying to make a record and play shows and put like, I feel like podcasts are like a beast unto itself if you really want to do it. So we've kind of shied away from that, but it would be fun to do another like limited run type thing like that.
Yeah.
I feel like if you had one more person in the band, you can almost be like a ska band at this point.
Maybe they could have some horns down the road,
You can play some trumpet,
yeah. We know people.
Oh yeah.
Before you were a 5-piece, were you a 4-piece, or did you have somebody else in the band?
I think both. We were a 4-piece. No, I guess maybe always. We were always
This whole project started off as like Elodie's project, and some of us were like playing on recordings for her. And then we played our first show as like hired guns, and it was the three of us and the guy who was producing the recordings.
Oh wow.
And then there was another guitar player for a while, and then Kyle was like subbing in whenever one of us couldn't do it, and then we decided to start writing songs together, and that's when it solidified into this 5-piece lineup.
Yeah.
Steve, back to you.
That is cool. Very unique band name. Well, where'd you guys come up with that? Like, who came up with that? You know, was it inspired by certain something?
I thought I was sitting at Point Doom after my first time trying mushrooms. I rode my as far as I could, and I was like, I think I'm at Point Doom. I'm gonna sit down here. And I was like listening to this playlist, and I was like, I think it's time for me to start a band, and started calling it the Dumes.
Wow.
Wasn't at Point, but
Clearly, there will be no mushroom use tonight, though, in the desert.
oh,
It's a school night.
Stars and Joshua.
This is true. Anything else, Steve? You want to go back to me again?
I want to talk about the music video for Liquor and High. Where'd you guys shoot that at? You know.
Yeah. Go for it.
Desert a little bit.
Speaking of desert, you know.
There's actually like a really cool. So we were kind of inspired by this Robert Zemeckis movie called Used Cars from the late '70s with Kurt Russell. It's just like a very sleazy '70s used car dealership.
Huh.
And so we thought of that as like an inspiration, and we just happened to find in like Culver City,
Yeah.
there's this vintage car lot with this really quirky owner. The lot is called Dennis Buys Cars.
Shout out Dennis Buys Cars. Yeah. All Man Blues Band.
Yeah, he's awesome. And so yeah, we just like approached him about renting out a car lot for the day, and he said, if I could leave it open while you're shooting this, you can rent it for whatever the fee was. And so like we brought those little flags and stuff and made it look even more dated. And I had people coming up to me legitimately asking about cars, and we put like fake prices on them, so people were like trying to buy cars at a steal.
Oh my God.
$1,500. But yeah, in the background of all of those shots, he's just working his lot.
Yeah.
He's just selling cars in the background, and it's fine because he looks like he's straight out of
100%.
1978. So.
Oh, really? You have to give him any outfit.
I'm gonna look this movie up tonight. I've been watching a lot.
I wonder if his
I've
sales
actually been
went up.
watching. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of '70s movies. But we just watched The Towering Inferno with Steve McQueen and Paul Newman. That's a cool
the
movie.
good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, used cars is fun.
Yeah, Used Cars is
it's a
great.
good one.
it's a good one. Yeah.
So I hate to ask the question in this way, but it's the next question. So what's next? I'm sure that's what your parents always ask you. So what's next, guys?
we're just writing. We're just trying to album done so many songs, and it's kind of just like figuring out which ones we want to take into the studio again. So we're just demoing stuff and creating more musical babies.
Yeah, always trying to play live too. I think we'd love to like get a support slot on a tour or something. Love to hit the road. So
Yes, I think some show announcements coming soon that we're solidifying at the moment. So
Yeah.
before the year's out, the Dooms will be live again.
Gotcha.
Sort of like launching a next cycle after
Yeah.
that first EP, just kind of getting all of that together and pushing forward with that. Yeah.
Nice.
That's great. Yeah.
Give out a shout out to your social media links so when you can talk about these upcoming live shows and new music you're recording.
yeah, on Instagram we are at the Dumes _. Do we use any other social media?
That's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
much the
probably
main.
the best.
That's probably
Yeah,
your
that's the
easiest
best bet,
Yeah.
Yep.
Not quite on the TikTok yet. We're holding out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been telling Steve like that's the future. It's the future's already here. I think you guys got to jump on that next.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what people tell us.
We're trying
Uh,
to be the anti-social media band, but that's not going too well.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll see where we're at in a couple.
I mean, if you want to go door to door like the people do here trying to sell me stuff, maybe that'll work.
Yeah.
So in total, how many songs do you have released that they can get on Apple Music or Spotify right now?
Seven.
We'll say
Seven right
yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Lucky 7.
Yeah.
And you recommend all 7. You like them all.
I think they're different because the first EP was, I think that's a really cohesive piece of work that we did with Joe Chiccarelli, who's an amazing producer. And we did that at Sunset Sound. So that's like a
Alright.
really cool sort of vibe and time and place. And then the next two are just kind of stuff that we did here at the market, which kind of goes in a different direction. So
Mhm.
I'd recommend you check out the whole catalog.
Yeah, put it on shuffle. Have a good time.
It'll take
Oh,
about
yeah.
35
Yeah.
minutes. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that, you like the works.
Very cool, guys. Well, thank you so much for taking your time to talk to us, and we'll talk down the road where future music gets released. You know.
Definitely. Thank you so much for having us.
Awesome,
Thanks for
yeah.
having us.
Yeah, thanks for making the time, and I hope I see you back here soon. And maybe you guys can do like 7 songs. instead of 4 songs.
Exactly. Definitely.
Anything for you.
We'll still eat hot chicken before. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's enough.
All right, guys, have fun. Good luck in the desert tonight too.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
have fun down there.
Right.
Thank you
See you
so
later.
much.
All right.
The Dumes, check them out.